Last year's winner was MIT. You want to go up against the best tech school in the country in an engineering contest.
To go up against someone or something refers to a competition where one person or group is going up against another. So if you're going up against a competitive market, it's more impersonal, and it just means that you have to do very well if you're going to be successful. Or one team can go up against another team, typically one that might be stronger than them, and the expression is meant to show that there's a level of competitiveness involved.
So to go up against can mean to compete, to struggle, or to deal, right?
That's correct.
Let's say you were hired for a project and it was already underway. Then you said it took you a couple days to figure out what you were up against.
That's correct. That's a good use of the word. Or you can say I didn't realize what I was up against. When I took on the new project at work, at first I didn't realize what I was up against. It was a lot harder than I originally thought. The Super Bowl is coming up in a week. The Seattle Seahawks are going up against the New England Patriots.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring. A right to the jaw.
A slug is a hit, and where it seems to come from is that a slug was originally a piece of metal that was either used in the process of making metal, or it was formed into something resembling a coin that got put into machines to steal sodas or get the machine to do your laundry for you without having to pay for it. So when people slug it out, it will oftentimes mean that they get into a physical fight with each other. But it can also mean a form of negotiation where people try to exert their wishes and their demands in the relationship so they get a reasonable agreement with the other person. So for example, when it goes to contract, the two sides slug it out until they can reach an agreement. To slug means to hit heavily, especially with the fists, and that's why slug it out means to fight until the decisive victory has been achieved. I saw my friend the other day. He was all bruised up. I asked him what happened. He said he got into a fight in a bar, that he got into a verbal confrontation with someone. They started pushing each other. Then finally they both went outside to slug it out. There was a teacher strike in Chicago last year where the teachers actually went on strike for 3 days at the beginning of the school year. What ended up happening was that the mayor and the head of the teachers union slugged it out for 2 days, and finally they reached an agreement to end the strike.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Did you guys pick up on that?
Sure did. Something's wrong.
We're gonna find out what's happening, but we'll need support.
Pick up on something refers to becoming aware or sensitive of some event or some other thing that's taking place. So for example, if someone gets angry and they're trying to cover up their anger, then it may be difficult for people to pick up on the fact that this person is angry. Or similarly, if someone is drunk or they're on drugs, other people may or may not pick up on the fact that they're intoxicated.
Can you both pick up on the anger and pick up anger?
Well, pick up anger. I suppose you could pick up anger. I mean, that would mean someone else was angry and you became angry because you saw them angry. Yeah, you could pick up anger,
I see. Okay.
anger
It's
from
a
someone
different
else.
meaning.
That would be a different meaning, right? If you pick up on someone's anger, it means you realize they are angry. The apparent derivation of this expression is from old microphones that were used in radio and TV, which were not as good as the ones we have today. So if the microphone was able to pick up on something, it meant that it was able to capture the sound. Or similarly, if a radio was able to tune into a signal, you would say it was able to pick up on the signal. Newspapers conduct surveys on a very frequent basis because they want to pick up on public opinion in order to be able to better present the news. Steve Jobs was able to pick up on the market for the iPhone before any of the other competitors did. My friend at the office got very sad this week, and I picked up on it fairly early, but it wasn't until Friday that I found out that his dog had died, which was the reason he was so sad.
That's all for today. Tom Taylor is an ESL tutor. He teaches English in the United States and outside, all over the world using Skype. He can be reached at his website, which is
ESL-fullsteamahead.com.
click on this link and check out his website and email with questions. Thank you, Tom, and I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you.